Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Kate Rockwell is wowing audiences 8 times a week as Karen Smith in the smash hit musical Mean Girls. And we're here at the Green Room 42 at Yotel, where I caught up with her to chat about her new studio album, Back to My Roots. How are you, Kate?
I'm so good.
I'm so great. It's so great to be sitting with you here.
Thank you for having me sit on this lovely couch.
I love this, right? It's sort of very Mean Girly-esque, right?
It is. It's a nice. It's like an homage too, without being like super on the nose. Yeah.
A little pink. Now you have a brand new CD, right?
I do.
I call it studio album.
I have a studio album.
What's it called?
It's called Back to My Roots.
Okay.
Which is a double entendre, because like Back to My Roots, because this isn't my. Because this is the yeah, that, but also because the album is all music that I grew up listening to, and that's how I sort of found my path to Broadway, is from that music that I have never sung on Broadway. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna make my own album. And that's what I did.
So what are some of the songs on there?
We actually, the first track is Hey There Good Times from Cy Coleman's
Sure.
I Love My Wife. Yep, deep dive. There's some Les Mis on there. There may or may not be some Cats on there. There's some Phantom on there. And then we go into Sondheim. We've got Into the Woods. We've got Merrily We Roll Along. We've got, what am I missing? Oh, there's a couple of songs from Falsettos. It's like
a nice
it's really,
mix,
yeah. It's kind of, I'd like to say that it runs the gambit of that time. It's all 1977 to 1992.
Okay.
So it's a chunk of theater history, but it all kind of, I cover all of it.
So were these favorite songs that you sort of listened to growing up, or I want to do that show, I love Cy Coleman?
Yeah, they're mostly either things that I grew up loving, so Phantom and Cats and Les Mis.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up on. My parents were obsessed with Andrew Lloyd Webber. That was what we listened to. Records, by the way. We had records.
I had vinyl too. I love my vinyl.
Mm-hmm. We wore holes in the records because we would like certain songs, and that's a thing that most people watching this don't know what that is.
The needle kills them.
Fine, But and then when I decided to pursue musical theater and I went to college, my horizons were broadened so much because that's where you start learning about Sondheim and William Finn and Cy Coleman, actually. So some of it is that journey as well, some of the things that I was introduced to a little bit later in my process that really affected me as an artist, and also just as a human. Shows like Falsettos, which is the one that I love to talk about because it's my favorite show of all time. So there's those as well. So I think that's good because I think it gives you a little bit of a taste of a couple different things.
So what was it like recording? What is it like being in the booth? And do you have a lot of instruments? I mean, what's on the album?
So there's 8 instruments on the album. It sounds like 30, which is incredible because they play. I mean, there's 8 players, and then they all play 37 different
That's
things.
how it's done.
I know, it's unbelievable. And my music director, Jason Lafredo, he created these spectacular orchestrations. I mean, it's beyond my wildest dreams what I ever thought it was going to be. And getting to hear all that in the studio is really overwhelming. There's also a lot of panicky pressure that I had where I was you have to get this right because there's 8 people sitting in a room waiting for you to get it right, and of course they're perfect every time because musicians are so spectacular. Our performing musicians.
Oh, they played live with you.
They did.
That's really special.
It was really special. We just had a lot of moments that needed to be together rather than on a click track. We did do some stuff with them separate and me later, but a lot of the album we did do live, which was so cool. But it was exciting, and I because I'm an actor first, not a vocalist first, I just shut my eyes and pretend I'm doing the number. I literally record with my eyes closed, which sometimes means I've hit the microphone, as Jason will tell you. But yeah, I just close my eyes and I do the number as I would do the number if I were doing it on stage, and that's how I did it, because then I feel like you get the acting choices in the vocals as much as you can without seeing the performance. It's so important for me that the storytelling comes through with the music.
So where can fans of yours buy the album?
You can buy the album on iTunes.
Okay.
I'm on iTunes. You can buy the album both digital download and hard copy on Amazon.com. So there's 2 options there.
Wow.
And then there's also actual CDs available on BroadwayRecords.com or on my website too, which will get you through there. So KateRockwell.com also can buy them there.
Congratulations on the album. Congratulations on all the success of Mean Girls. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.